I don't know when you see it is, but that whole strong black woman narrative, it doesn't apply to me. I live a soft life. I am a dainty princess. I will fall out, huh, at the drop of a minor inconvenience.
A few moments later.
I really just want to talk about the adventures of living a life of freedom because this, if there's nothing that I've learned during the 1 month that I have lived in a van, that I haven't had to pay rent, electricity, water, or any other crazy fee that honestly you can live without, it's the freedom that comes along with this. So I want to touch base on what it's like to just be able to live free, and be able to live a life that is a different path than what the standard American dream teaches you have to live in order to be successful. So all in all, I just want to say thank you guys for rocking with me. Thank you guys for being on this journey with me. And I hope that y'all stick around. I hope that y'all share this with someone. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.
Many months later.
Today, I'm going to start a new series with y'all called The Not So Beautiful Side of Car Life. And since I am currently in a situation, we are going to start with the situation that I am currently in. Being stranded and not having the funds to get any type of repairs done, buy any parts, or even have anybody look at your vehicle to see what's wrong with it. This time, I have been getting some help, you know what I mean? Like, shout out to the people who have stopped, who have, checked my car, who have used their money to buy parts for my car. Like, super grateful for this woman, I swear to God. But, other than that, like, I have very limited food resources because I haven't been able to make any money, because I can't DoorDash because my car is not running. And so there's that. Very limited showers. I have been offered a shower by a truck driver because I am at a truck stop, thank God. But I've only been offered one shower, and I'm not just going to be asking strangers for a shower. So I've been washing up at the sink, as long as I got my towel and my soaps, I'm really just fine. I haven't been having like the worst luck with food. I have been trying to eat on like $5 maximum a day, which if you're living in today's economy, you know that's obviously basically impossible, and still it goes very quickly. So, limited food. Like I said, I'm very grateful for the people that have helped me, but this is just one of the downsides of it. I'm just grateful that I was able to get somewhere where there is like a consistently flowing like traffic amount, because some of these people do see me sitting in here and they're like, girl, weren't you just in here like 3 days ago? And I'm like, yeah, I'm stuck. I'm like, you're stuck, like let me at least buy you some food. I did have a couple of gentlemen that gave me some money. Like, shout out to y'all, because oh my God, without it I just don't know what I would have done. Like, that money is about to pay my cell phone bill, okay? Because again, we're stuck and we haven't been able to make any money. It's okay. I'm not stressed out. Yes, I am. I'm very stressed out. But it's okay. Thanks for coming to my part 1 of the Not So Beautiful Sides of Car Life. And I will see y'all next Saturday.
Things have drastically changed over the last few years. We've gone from the soft life to the van life. Many ladies claim that the van life is their preferred choice, as it offers a sense of freedom, liberation, and agency that simply can't exist within the matrix of the American dream. These ladies cite the glory of waking up alongside beautiful views, having the freedom to roam around towards their favorite locations, or enjoy nature's finest, being free from the high water bills and other financial burdens that were keeping them in chains of the corporate system. Some content creators have even been doing this successfully for years and have made it their primary source of income. But there is definitely another side. And this way of living, and that is the reality that many ladies are moving into their car not out of choice, but out of financial necessity. And as we see, the van life is not as pretty as some are making it out to be. And I want to break down why. But before I do so, be sure to like, share, subscribe down below, and check me out on Patreon for other exclusive content. Now I'll turn your attention to the soft life era. This was a social media trend that took the internet by storm just a few years ago. Countless Black women went online to explain how they're embracing a gentler, softer, less stressful, and meaningful way to live. The soft life aesthetic often promoted the finer things and luxury material possessions that were meant to reflect a new elevated lifestyle. Fast forward to 2025, and it seems we've taken a different turn entirely. As ladies are ditching the fantasy trend, they are now looking for practical and minimalistic ways to exist. Yeah, there are still some ladies who are dedicated to promoting a lavish lifestyle, but more and more are faced with the reality that for them, the soft life may be out of reach. And why is that? Because someone needs money in order to live and rest in luxury. Unless that money is coming from a person's family system, they need to make it themselves. The problem I have with these luxury trends is that they are highly unrealistic, and they do nothing to prepare ladies for the reality at hand. And some of them even give women unrealistic ideas about the kind of men they deserve and should attract. They promote an upper-class lifestyle, the kind of living that only applies to people who come from generational wealth or have a trust fund waiting for them. The ladies who grew up in the upper class, so they are already tapped into those circles of wealthy men, or those who are successfully able to bag an athlete, or the ladies who are able to operate as high-end prostitutes for a time and also get the bag. But either way, we see this socialite luxury lifestyle being portrayed as an attainable daily experience, but that's just not real life for most ladies. Most people live an average life and make average money, and that's actually totally okay. The problem is, we exist in a society that cultivates highly unrealistic dating standards among younger generations, and some ladies in particular are simply not happy with the idea of settling for an average man. But an average man and an average woman coming together would and could do a lot better financially than an average woman fending for herself in this crazy economy. I take no pleasure in seeing women crash out online, cry, and emotionally lose it, but at the same time, I think these moments are an honest reflection of what's going on in society, and how so much of the propaganda being fed to ladies doesn't actually work when put under pressure. At best, ladies may be able to survive on their own, but who wants to live a life of survival? Why not look for ways to actually thrive? Truth be told, having a generation of men and women who are out there fending for themselves is toxic. But it's an entirely new level when you see countless young women without support and community with no one to help them. That is not natural or healthy. That's the result of a broken system and a broken family structure, or both. But the redeeming thing about this entire situation is that we are finally seeing the truth. And even if the truth is ugly, it gives ladies a chance to reassess the way they are actually living life, and if whether or not they are doing things that work for them. If you are a Black American woman, 9 times out of 10, you were told and sold lies that you have to depend upon yourself, do things by yourself, and be able to take care of yourself outside of the need of a man or a family structure. Most of us were raised like this, but that is a survival mechanism. That is not the kind of message that really allows a woman to thrive and rest in her femininity, right? And we see some women crashing out under this pressure. Truth be told, we do better off in families, in communities, in marriages, and in healthy support systems. Another thing that we may not want to hear is that men actually do very well under pressure. Men are built to handle these kinds of pressures much better than women are. And while it's not to say they enjoy these scenarios, they have a unique ability to problem solve and navigate under these kinds of pressure-filled situations. What these moments show me is that there is a real life benefit in knowing how to operate together in a family unit and even together with a man. I think these moments are a wake-up call. Women are not meant to fend for themselves like this. We need families, we need communities, we need spiritual guidance. We need to be plugged into spaces that can provide not only financial support, but also emotional and spiritual guidance. I say this with no judgment either, because I have been in situations similar to these ladies. Loss of jobs, income gaps. I've been very close to living in the car myself, and it was only the grace of God truly that kept me from doing that. But what I'm saying is that within the context of marriage and having a healthy spiritual community and having that support, it's just so much different than trying to do this stuff all by yourself and then looking for TikTok for support. I think women need to recognize that, yeah, maybe they can survive on their own, but they certainly can't thrive on their own. And God said it's not good for man to be alone, and this especially applies to women. More ladies need to start asking for help. And that starts with God. I highly recommend single ladies out there get reconnected to a true spiritual house that can offer guidance, support, and direction. I mean, spirit-filled leaders and pastors are a godsend and can really help bring order and guidance and structure in a person's life when they are navigating chaos. And again, I say this from my own personal experience. I have seen the difference of operating in a safe spiritual environment versus doing things on myself and relying upon toxic independence. It's completely different. But ask God for help, and He will help you, because many ladies out here actually need it. But anyways, that's what I have. What do y'all think? Do you agree or do you disagree? Let me know. Leave your questions, comments, concerns in the comment section below. Thank you so much for listening if you've gotten this far, and we'll talk later. Bye.